Good afternoon po, ma'am.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon po.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon
Good
po.
afternoon po.
Good
Good
afternoon,
afternoon.
ma'am.
Po.
Good afternoon.
Good
Ah,
afternoon
Good
po.
afternoon, ma'am.
hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon po.
Good afternoon. Grade 11 STEM 2. How are you guys?
Good
Hope you
afternoon,
are
ma'am.
all well. Good afternoon.
Good
Okay,
afternoon
so
po, ma'am.
Good afternoon po.
good afternoon. So we are now 29 in the Zoom meet. Okay, we'll start 124, ha?
Good afternoon po.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon po, ma'am.
Afternoon. Okay, it's 124 and let's begin.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Oh. Okay, here. Okay, Angelica Vargas, lead us in prayer, please. Okay, Angelica. Oh,
Yes,
okay. Okay, can you please lead us in prayer?
most powerful and loving God, we praise you, we adore you, we glorify you. We give you thanks for your abounding goodness and generosity, despite our unworthiness. Today, O God, in a most special way, we ask for your grace to sustain us and inspire us to do and fulfill our tasks relevant to our studies. The classroom setting now may be more challenging as we do not get to be together physically, and the delivery mode of learning is virtually. But with you on our side, we will be able to carry this out. Help us, O God, to be honest and responsible students. May your goodness and generosity continue to strengthen us, to shun away evils and temptations, to inspire us to cling on to what is right and good. We unceasingly pray for all the sick, the burdened, and for all those who are suffering because of COVID 19. We sincerely pray too for our continued protection, safety, and wellness of God. Amen.
Okay, name the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. Now this time, let's have the Arabic prayer.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wal barakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Ar-Rahmanirrahim. Malik yaumiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin.
Okay, good afternoon once again. So we're through. We have uh we have discussed already the revolution according to Raimundo Mata, an excerpt from a book or a novel written by Jean Apostol. And last meeting we dealt on the theme, okay, the content, okay, the message, and the value or the values we've learned or you've learned from that excerpt. Now, today, I will present to you an article written by an ordinary Filipina, okay, which is somehow related to, okay, the theme and the content of the revolution according to Raimundo Mata. Okay, you can check our Google Classroom for the copy of the article. But still, I will present on screen the PPT for that. Okay. Now, if my memory serves me right, I posted under classwork two guide questions, which we tried to answer last meeting. Again, I would like you to recall what you have answered in these two questions. Sige. Ahmad, can you please read number one?
What does the line "art is reproach to those who receive it" mean? Should we relate art to society? Explain your views.
Okay. What did you answer or how did you answer number one? Okay, can you please read your thoughts? Okay, or your answer for number one, just to refresh us. Okay, of the meaning of this line. Art is reproach to those who receive it. Sige, Ahmad. What did you write in your notebook?
Um, the sorry, mind block.
Okay, sige, I'll get back to you, Ahmad, ha? Okay, while you are browsing your electronic notepad. Okay, sige, Villamor. Sige, I remember Villamor was the one who answered this one. Sige. Okay, kindly refresh our minds of the meaning of this line. Go, Villamor.
Ma'am, di po ako sure pero ang sa pagkakaalala ko po is
Mm-mm.
yung sagot po namin is that yung approach po kasi siya disappointed po siya, di ba? So parang
Yes.
si ano po, si Raimundo Mata po parang na-disappoint na ano po siya, na parang natauhan po siya na parang kailangan pa po na kailangan pa po niya mabasa yung novels ni Rizal para
Okay.
mag-ano po siya, para mag-take action po siya dun sa current current events na nangyayari. No, ay, kailangan po niya mag-take action po dahil po dun sa nabasa niya. Pero kaya naman po niyang gawin yun kahit wala naman po siya nabasa. Parang ganun po yung ano. Tama ba?
Okay, thank you, Villamor, for trying to refresh our minds regarding the meaning of art is reproach to those who receive it. Remember, Raimundo Mata was so frustrated that he needed to read one book, and that one is No Limit Tangre, to realize that he has an obligation or a role to free or to liberate his fellow men and his country from the social cancer that they experienced during that time. Okay. And second question, should we relate art to society? Explain your views. Okay. What is your answer here? Okay. Clarence. Oops. Santos. John Clarence Santos. Hmm. In what way can we relate art to society, or in what way can we relate literature to society? Remember our first lesson about Philippine literary history? Okay, we said last time that literature or a work of art can mirror or reflect, okay, what is happening in our society. So indeed, we can see, okay, society or our country in these masterpieces. Okay? Next, number two, they say that the act of reading gives people more empathy and makes them more critical and reflective. Do you think this is true? Why or why not? So after reading the excerpt and after reading various books about our country, where you become emphatic, critical, and reflective, was there a change in your behavior? Yes, Margarita, go.
Yes, ma'am. I can say po that reading makes changes people, a lot of people. For example po ako, um, when I read No Limitang Heran El Filibusterismo, I learned po to stand up for my own rights. I learned to stand up for other people. I've learned to put myself in others' shoes and learn about their perspective instead of just limiting my views to my own like thoughts and opinions. I've learned to be compassionate po. So maybe I probably the act of reading makes people empathic and compassionate because yes, they can put themselves into others shoes and they can see the world in another perspective po.
Oh,
Yan lang
okay. So
po.
very well said, Margarita. So according to you, aside from being emphatic, critical, and reflective, we also become compassionate. Okay, especially if we are to read sacred books such as Bible or Quran. Now, these sacred books, okay, allow us to reflect, okay, on our lives as, okay, people. Okay. Thank you, Marga. What about the others? Okay, if Marga agrees that yes, somehow there's a change in our behavior when we read, okay, what is your idea? Leo Mendoza. Okay, sige. Vinesh, what about you in your case? Mister?
Ma'am, yes, I do agree with what Margarita said as well. Because if I was going to take it like as me, before I came to a Filipino school, I was actually oblivious about stuff that happened in the past of Philippines. So I literally had like negative zero ideas or information about our country itself. Since also I've only been there like really few times. So when I did hear and read books about it, I guess my perspective about Philippines did change because sometimes if we're going to look at our country, we would see it as like a really messed up country, and I used it's
Okay.
really bad, but then I felt like ashamed before. So after seeing everything that we went through, I guess you're going to really see everything with a silver lining, and everything did change. So our country went through a lot. So I learned to appreciate it more.
Okay. Okay, let's clap our hands to Vinace. Now you are beginning to appreciate our country. Okay, thank you, Vinace. Now, next have other questions to ponder. Ayan. Now, these practical questions have something to do with your realization. First one, have you ever felt the same about a book that you had read or about a movie you have watched? And what book or movie was it? And why did it leave such a huge impression on you? That's the first question. Okay, second, do you think there should ever be a time when certain books or movies should be banned? Why or why not? Remember, when Noli Me Tangere was published, okay, it was banned by the Spanish friars. Okay, mm. Who would like to answer the first question? Mikhail. Okay, can you recall a movie or a book that you have read or watched which really left a huge impression on you? Again, Mikhail, what is that? Sige. You can have anything. Okay. Sige, I'll get back to you later, Mikhail. What about you, Karil? Mm.
Have you ever felt the same? Actually, I have watched a lot of movies, read about a lot of books, pero uh, sure it did leave a huge impression on me, and especially the recent K drama I have watched. Since it's more on uh, the feeling the basta yun po.
Okay lang.
Nakaka-relate po ako sa maraming bagay since ayun nga po, may mga situations where I thought na ako lang po yung dumadaan sa ganong type of feelings. Tas, through watching, andun, marirealize ko po na um, hindi lang ako and that there are there are a lot of ways to feel better about it because merong daan para maging okay lahat.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for sharing your experience, Karil. What about you, Emmanuel? Mm. So if for Karil, one particular K drama left a huge impression on him. In your case, Emmanuel.
Sira daw po mic niya, ma'am.
Okay. Sige, sige. Thank you. Sige. Gwen. Cortez?
Ako po,
Yes.
uh, one movie that really left an impact on me was the Smurfs movie, The Little
Smurfs.
Blue
Okay.
People. Yes,
Okay.
the Smurfs movie taught me that even though you are tiny, you only need a Papa Smurf to guide you in your struggle. So it is talking about
Okay.
someone elderly or a father figure to everyone in general. So we really need a father figure or someone elderly with experience to guide us in our daily battles and struggles through life. So the Smurfs movie, definitely top one bestseller. Yeah, I love the Smurfs.
Okay, thank you, Gwyneth. Now let's have number two. Do you think there should ever be a time when certain books or movie should be banned? Just like what happened to Noli Me Tangere when it was released. During those times, it was banned by the Spanish friars. Angelica, what do you think?
I don't like the idea of that because some people, authors, ganyan, ganyan, they want to convey messages through books and movies. So I don't really think na,
They should be banned.
yeah.
Okay, thank you, Angelica. What about you, Jam?
Actually, ma'am, same lang po kay Angelica. Pero may times po na agree ako kasi minsan po meron pong mga movies po, actually more on movies po na
Oh, okay.
parang minsan po hindi mo na magets kung ano po yung purpose na pinaparating niya kasi pinagsama-sama na po yung mga genre na hindi naman po parang example po pinagsama po yung mga na gore and sexual genres, parang hindi na po siya
Oo.
maganda. Yun lang po.
Okay, so according to Jam, it depends on the situation. There are some books or movies which should be banned because of its content, and there are some which should not be banned. Okay, now thank you. Now let's proceed. All right. Now, if you have read our syllabus, it says there that we need to compare and contrast two literary genres from different generations. And we have read already the metafiction, The Revolution According to Raimundo Mata, okay, which was written, okay, before and in today's generation. Let me share to you one article written by a mother. Okay, let's see. Okay. After reading this article, my dear students, I would like you in your notebook compare and contrast the revolution according to Raimundo Mata and this 21st century article entitled UNICEF Staff on the Front Lines in the Battle Against COVID-19. Now, how are you to compare and contrast the two? You are to compare and contrast the two in terms of literary type, content, and values. Okay? Sige. So let's read first. UNICEF staff on the front lines in the battle against COVID-19. And this line was said by the author herself. Fighting COVID-19 is a personal battle for me, according to Amina Rafia Zaina Lim. And this article was taken from the website of UNICEF Philippines. Okay, so let's see what happened to Miss Amina Lim, okay, in her battle against COVID-19. Okay, Mara, please read the first slide. Go.
August 21, 2020. I have been working in the development and humanitarian sector for 21 years. Currently, I work as a health and nutrition officer in UNICEF Philippines. I am one of the 6 essential staff in the UNICEF Mindanao Field Office in Cotabato City who continue our work despite the pandemic. As the number of cases grow day by day, my colleagues and I wear our masks, frequently wash our hands, and remind each other of the safety protocols to prevent ourselves from being infected. Being a mother and a health advocate, I keep track of the reports coming in the Philippines and in the Bangsamoro region. We help the nation and the Bangsamoro government in the COVID-19 response by providing essential supplies, training, and technical expertise. The pandemic has put unprecedented strain on families, particularly frontline workers, as part of essential health services.
Okay, so the first slide talks about Miss Lim, her work. Okay, she's working as a health and nutrition officer in UNICEF Philippines located in Mindanao. Okay, if you when pandemic started, a lot of articles, a lot of testimonies, okay, were posted in different media platforms, but most of these testimonies were from those who are working in Luzon. And what we have, okay, here is a testimony of, okay, a health and nutrition officer from Cotabato City. Okay. So what is the dilemma faced by Miss Lim? What is her dilemma, or what is her problem, or the challenge that she's facing when she wrote this article? Julian?
Ma'am, what's the question po again?
Okay, as a health and nutrition officer in Cotabato City, Miss Lim at that time was facing a challenge. And what was the challenge or a problem?
I think um, the pandemic itself, the people who are being affected by the coronavirus is um, increasing, and she is also a mother, so she thinks about her family's health.
Okay, so her dilemma is about how to perform her, okay, obligation as a health and nutrition officer, and how to be a mother as well to her children. Okay, let's see what happened to Miss Lim on the second slide. Okay, let's see. Kathleen, wait. Kyle David, can you please read the next slide? Kyle?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go.
As I do my work, I worry about my family in Zamboanga. Fighting COVID-19 is a personal battle for me. As a mother of 3 young children and a daughter to elderly parents, I can't help but be concerned about my family, especially as one of my close relatives contracted COVID-19. To keep in touch with my husband and children, I video call them every night, play online games with them, and play with the filters available in apps. I always remind them to wash their hands with soap and water, eat properly, and exercise. They have a daily schedule with their father, and they send me videos of their workouts. I send them videos of my daily activities as well. I also communicate with my parents and siblings in our group chat, and we send text messages and voicemails for updates. My parents remind me to take care of myself and pray. I also remind them to take their medicines and to go out. I send them updates about COVID-19 situations almost every day. To lighten the mood, We also sent each other puzzles. Ah, send each other puzzles, videos, memes, jokes, photos, and voice recordings. While I am thankful that my family and I have access to technology, I am aware that this is not the same for many families in BARMM.
Okay, Kyle.
Ma'am,
Okay, thank you, Kyle. Okay, Caitlin.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. What can you say about Miss Lim as a mother and as a health and nutrition officer, as manifested in this second part of her story?
For me, mom, I think that she is doing everything she can to for her family. Like she sacrifices everything so that ev- um she can make her family feel safe. Like
Yes.
reaching out to them daily
Okay.
and interacting with them so that they won't worry about anything.
Okay. So from this part of her story, we should have realized that mindset is very important in times of trials or during this time of pandemic. And Miss Lim was very successful in okay, setting her mind okay, to be the source of strength of her family and of her patients. Okay, next, Nathaniel, can you read the last part of her story?
Ay po.
Okay, good.
Uh, I met many frontline workers working in hard-to-reach communities in Lanao unreachable by technology. A health worker in Maguing, Soracao, never stopped working despite the pandemic. Each day with COVID-19 brings some new struggles for Maranao families, especially those living in the farthest barangay. We resumed health services when we received the disinfecting kits from UNICEF, she said. They made sure to follow health regulations and that their staff are well trained on the new protocol. Working in UNICEF gives me the opportunity to make a difference in people's lives by spreading correct information and building the capacity of our government partners. After many months of quarantine lockdowns across the Philippines, I learned to take it one day at a time and to be thankful for each day. We have to make it this far. We all need to help each other and do what needs to be done to stop the spread of the virus.
Okay, thank you, Nathaniel. Joseph, what have you realized? Okay. After reading the last part of Miss Lim's story, remember just like what Raimundo did in his story, okay, he realized that he can do in his own little way something to help his country be liberated from the oppressions his fellow men suffered from the Spaniards. Now, in the case of Miss Lim, okay, in her own little ways as well, okay, she was able or she has been okay, helping her fellows to fight the virus, to be safe from this virus. What about you, Joseph? Okay, what have you realized about the last part of her story? Hello. Okay, Joseph.
Next year daw po siya.
OMG. Okay, sige. You know what? Grade 11 STEM 2. Um, we respect your decision not to switch on your cam, okay, because of various reasons. However, you are reminded to stay up until our discussion is through. Okay? Sige. Clarence?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay, what have you realized about Miss Lim's story?
Ma'am, personally, I realized po na um, even during difficult times po, people will do anything they can in order to overcome those difficult times po.
Okay, thank you, Clarence. And William Moore, in your case. Yeah.
Okay. For me naman po, na-realize ko po kung gaano po tayo ka-lucky yung mga nandito po sa abroad. Kasi kahit siguro po may lockdown po sa atin, hindi po ganyan kahirap yung nilaranas po natin katulad po ng mga frontliners and yung mga tao na nasa provinces po. Kaya, ayun po, parang ang laki na po natin.
Okay. So the story of Miss Lim should have served as an inspiration to us, hindi ba? Remember, she is situated in Mindanao. Okay, and some of the places covered by her office, okay, are unreachable by technology, and yet they were able to manage and fight the battle against COVID-19. Okay. Now, before you do the comparison and now before you compare and contrast these two literary pieces, let's answer this question before we end our discussion. Ayan, with the moral that in your own little ways, that in our own little ways, we can do something good for our country in time of crisis. As a teenager, what can you do to help your family and even your friends overcome challenges in life? Mm. Okay, we don't need weapons. Okay, we don't need to be affluent or powerful. Okay, just like the story of Raimundo Mata and Miss Lim. Okay, in our own little ways, we can help our family and friends overcome challenges in life. Okay. Yeah. Anyone? Rosette. Mm.
Ito po, as a teenager, I can help my family and friends overcome challenges in life by sinasama po sila sa prayer. And
Okay.
tapos po, syempre, importante po sa panahon ngayon is magtipid and keep in touch pa rin po sa kanila and motivate each other as well.
Okay, very well said, Rosette. Through our prayers and through wise handling of our finances and through constant communication with our friends and families, okay, I'm pretty sure, okay, you as a teenager will be able to help your family and friends overcome these challenges in life. Okay, so that ends our discussion about these two literary pieces, The Revolution According to Raimundo Mata, and one 21st century article entitled UNICEF Frontliner shares her experiences about COVID-19. Next meeting, okay, I'll be checking how you compared and contrasted the two in terms of its type, the values or the morals you've learned from it, and their content. Okay? Sige. Bye, everyone. Okay.
Bye po,
Bye
ma'am.
po.
Bye
Bye.
po.
Thank you
Thank
po,
you
ma'am. Thank
po.
you
Ma'am, thank you
po.
po.
Good
Ma'am.
night.